Hello Markham Gardens family, Daniel Markham here with the Markham Gardens. Guys, today I am venturing out of the gardens a little bit. You see Markham Gardens is right back over here. I'm actually venturing across the road to the area of the forest across the street from the Markham Gardens, and I'll show you why. So there is a plant that is growing here on the other side, and it is called winged sumac and grows pretty commonly here in this area. And you probably have some near you if you're in an area where you've got quite a bit of rain and quite a bit of humidity. But I wanted to show you guys this plant. Sorry, I'm looking down. I'm trying not to step on snakes as I'm going by, as I'm walking around out here. We've got copperhead and eastern coral and diamondback rattlers and all sorts of crazy stuff, so trying not to get bit. But anyway, I wanted to bring you guys over here and show you guys this plant. This plant has many uses. It's got some medical uses, but today the reason I'm using it is I'm about to make some what we call sumac aid, and it is a drink that tastes way better than lemonade. And I wanted to show you guys this today, and so that way you can look for it and possibly make it for yourself. Let me flip you around here and show you what I'm looking at. So first of all, this is what I'm walking through. So I'm trying to be really careful here that I don't run into any sort of snakes or anything. And, you know, definitely moving the grass around, trying to make sure I don't get bit here. But anyway, let me show you guys real quick. So this right here is the winged sumac, and you can see all of those bunches that are on there. Those are all little berries, and those little berries have a resin that is on them, basically a glaze, almost like a glazed donut type thing, that when you put it in water, it comes off in the water and it turns the water into almost like a lemonade, only with a lot better flavor. So let me get over here and see if I can show you guys that real quick. So they are way up there, which means I'm gonna have to do this for a second. So give me just a second. All right, guys. So I did misspeak. This is not the winged sumac. This is actually the smooth sumac. But still, the berries are edible. They can be used. The leaves are poisonous, so you don't want to use those. But if you see here, let me get up close here. You can see these berries. They've almost got like a little fuzzy glaze on them. And if you will cut these off, you can actually make a really refreshing drink out of these. And I'm going to do that today and take you guys along with me. All right, guys, so I have collected the berries. I've got a couple of the berry pods that are on here, and they basically are bunches. Sorry, I got sweat in my eyes. It is so hot out here. But that and all the massive traffic, that's what happens when I'm standing out on the highway. All of a sudden, all the traffic's gonna show up. But anyway, I wanted to show you guys real quick. If I get up close here, I don't know if you can see. Let me go ahead and switch you guys around here. So if I get up close here, you can see all of these little berries that are on here, and they almost have what looks like a little fuzz. But there's also this sort of a glossy glaze that's over the top of them. And these are what we're going to put in water. And this is water soluble, so you're going to put it in water and we'll let that soak for about 10-15 minutes. And then we're going to filter it out so that we get all the little bits and pieces and little bug and dirt and all that stuff out of it. And then I'm going to show you guys, we're going to drink that. And basically what it makes is a drink that is better than lemonade. The flavor is incredible, but I will show you guys. All right, guys, so all I've done is I've taken a little pot here and I've put some into the pot. And so now I'm going to go ahead and run some water in there. And you want to use cold water. You don't want to use hot water. Hot water will bring all the bitterness out of the actual plant portion, and really all you want is the glaze that comes off of these berries or these seeds. So you don't want to soak them for more than 10-15 minutes, and you definitely don't want to use hot water because hot water will pull those other flavors out as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill this up. fill it up to just above these berries, and then we'll turn it off. All right, now that we've got our water in here, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to start picking this apart. So we're just going to kind of pull these berries off, disconnect them from the stems, basically work them around in this water, because what we want is that glaze off of those berries. So I'm going to go ahead and continue picking these off of this stalk, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I have picked all the berries off of the stalk. This is the stalk that's left, and you can see they're definitely ripe. The stalk is already turned a brown color. Most of the green is out of it down to here. And all of these berries are basically dry. They've definitely reached full ripeness, and that's what you want. You don't want to use them when they're still green or when they're underripe, because there's not going to be enough of the glaze on them to make what you're wanting. So now we're just going to stir these around in here. We're going to stir this in for about 10-15 minutes until we get all of that glaze off of there, and it should turn the water just a little bit darker, almost a tea color, or kind of a reddish pink, like a pink tea color. And I'll come right back to you. So as I'm sitting here letting it soak, I'm actually taking these little stalks and knocking a lot of the berries off. You can see it is definitely coloring my skin, this red color, but you can scratch across your skin and it comes right off. So it's not real resinous or anything. It's definitely water soluble. It's just coloring my skin a little bit red. But I'm just taking these stalks right here and just removing those from the water. So I'm grabbing the little stalks with the berries on them, making sure that most of the berries are off of them, and then just throwing these extra little pieces away just to clean it up. So I'm just rolling them in my fingers, knocking most of the berries off. There will still be a few berries left on them, you can see, but I'm not real worried about that. So alright guys, so we've gotten down to the point all we've got left in here are the berries. And you can see after working them off, I've got that red film all over my hands, but you can see it does rub off quite easy. It is water soluble, not really sticky. It's sort of a waxy glaze feel to it. But that'll come off in the sink with some water, some soap and some water. But now we've got nothing but the berries in here. There's a little bit of residue you can see down in the bottom, but don't worry about any of that. We're going to go ahead and filter that out with a coffee filter. So, still had a little bit of a stem in there. But we're still letting this soak for a little while longer, and then we'll go ahead and filter it out and make our tea. Alright, so our smooth sumac berries have been soaking for at least 10-15 minutes, so we should be ready now. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this mixture into this container so that I can pour it just a little bit easier. Now you may have a system here that's a lot easier to work with. This is what I've got, so this is what I'm using. But we've got a toddy, and so I have taken a coffee filter and rubber band it to the top just so that I can filter some of the stuff out. Now I'm going to try not to get a whole bunch of berries in here because this won't hold a lot, but give me just a second, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pour this into here. Now I did wash my hands. There's still some on there that I missed, looks like, but you can see the majority of it came off with just soap and water. Looks like I missed some on my fingers there, but now I will tell you, if you taste this stuff, it is sour, so just be prepared. Okay, so now I'm going to take the toddy, and I'm going to take our little container here, and I'm going to slowly pour this into here. Hopefully I can do it without getting a whole bunch of berries. We will get some. And I'm just going to go ahead and filter this out so that all we get is the actual sumac aid. And I'll come back to you as soon as this is done. Okay, so as you can see, the coffee filter is dripping extremely slow, and I am not about to wait around this long for the coffee filter. So instead, I'm going to use a cheesecloth. I've got one sitting right here. I'm going to go ahead and get this installed, and then we will try that. All right, guys, so I've installed our cheesecloth. This should go much, much faster. Definitely faster. So, for all of you guys doing this, use a cheesecloth. It's way faster than a coffee filter. All right, guys, so I want to show you what we've ended up with. You can see it's sort of a pink color, and I will tell you the smell of this smells very similar to lemonade. So I'm going to go ahead and take this, and we're just going to pour this into our pitcher. You can see, guys, the color that we've got off of this. But this is your Sumac aid. And so now we're just going to go ahead and mix some sugar in with it, just like you would lemonade, and then we will try it out. All right, guys, so instead of using sugar and doing this entire container, I thought, you know what, I'll go ahead and just do a small batch, and I decided to go ahead and use some honey. So we've got some honey here, and I've gone ahead and added that instead of using sugar. Honey's better for you anyway, and we're going to go ahead and give this a shot. It tastes like lemonade. It tastes like absolute lemonade to me, and it tastes really, really good. So try it, guys. If you can find you a smooth sumac, they're all over the place. If you can find winged sumac, smooth sumac, you'll notice them by the red berries. There's some that do have the white berries. Those are the poisonous ones. You don't want to try those ones because you'll try it once and that'll be all you'll ever try it. So, but anyway, guys, give this a shot. It's really, really good. Definitely refreshing. Tastes a lot like lemonade. But definitely has a little bit better flavor than lemonade to me. It's a little less of that twangy and just a little of that refreshing taste to it. So anyway, give it a shot, guys. Thanks for following along today. Trying something new, a little bit different. Talk to you guys in the next one. Love you. Shalom under the dome.